We have bombshell news right now. Mike Johnson, your time is up. Mike Johnson has officially been sued by Arizona Attorney General Chris Mace and Congresswoman-elect Adelita Grijalva from Arizona's 7th Congressional District because Mike Johnson has failed to swear in Grijalva into her office. Why? Because of the Epstein files. I want to break down this lawsuit that was filed literally minutes ago and could change the game for how Adelita Grijalva is sworn in and when she is sworn in. To give you some background, Adelita Grijalva is the Congresswoman-elect from Arizona's 7th Congressional District. She won her race in a special election to replace her father, the late Raul Grijalva, in a special election in Arizona a month ago. That election has since been certified by Arizona's governor and Arizona's Secretary of State and the Board of Elections. It's been over 3 weeks since Grijalva won her race, and Mike Johnson has refused to swear her in. Why? Because she would be signature number 218 on a discharge petition to force a vote of the House of Representatives to release the Epstein files. And today, Adelita Grijalva, joining Chris Mace, filed this lawsuit in the United States District Court for the District of Columbia. And they filed it seeking to expedite the swearing in of Adelita Grijalva. It's a 17-page lawsuit, and it was filed minutes ago against the United States House of Representatives, Kevin McCumber, the clerk of the House of Representatives, and William McFarland, the Sergeant at Arms in his official capacity. The lawsuit begins, I'm going to read you some portions, by saying this case is about whether someone duly elected to the House who indisputably meets the constitutional qualifications of the office may be denied her rightful office simply because the Speaker has decided to keep the House out of, quote, regular session. Now, this lawsuit is seeking essentially for the court to say, you know what? If Mike Johnson won't swear Grijalva in, then anyone who can administer an oath can swear her in. The lawsuit goes on to say if the Speaker were granted that authority, he could thwart the people's choice of who should represent them in Congress by denying them representation for a significant portion of the 2-year term provided by the Constitution. Fortunately, the Constitution does not give that authority to the Speaker or anyone else. Rather, the Constitution leaves the House without authority to exclude any person duly elected by his constituents who meet all requirements for membership expressly prescribed in the Constitution. Indeed, as Speaker Johnson explained this weekend when answering a hypothetical question about the election of a member of his own party, that's our system. If the people duly elect a representative, then we will welcome them into the body. That would be the job of Speaker. That is what Speaker Johnson said earlier this week. On September 23rd, now just under a month ago, Adelita Grijalva won in Arizona's 7th Congressional District. The election was not close. She won with over 68% of the vote. And the outcome of the election is not in dispute. And neither are Grijalva's qualifications to serve. Even Speaker Johnson, as the lawsuit has noted, has acknowledged Grijalva meets the qualifications and is duly elected to serve in the House of Representatives. Now, here's the thing. The United States Constitution does not specify who administers the oath of office, only that incoming representatives must take it. And while Speaker Johnson, as alleged in this lawsuit, has been in the Capitol during this time and has not identified any reason that he or a designee could administer the oath to Ms. Grijalva, Speaker Johnson has not identified any valid reason for refusing to promptly seat Ms. Grijalva. Here we go. Instead, on information and belief, Speaker Johnson wishes to delay seating Ms. Grijalva to prevent her from signing a discharge petition that would force a vote on the release of the Epstein files and or to strengthen his hand in the ongoing budget and appropriations negotiations. Big news right there. Defendants' refusal to promptly seat Ms. Grijalva and to treat her as a member of the House likewise injures the state of Arizona, which is denied the number of representatives prescribed by law. This is significant. So let me break down what they're asking for. They're asking for a court in the District of Columbia to essentially say, if Mike Johnson won't swear Grijalva in, then anyone who could swear someone in can do so. What that would mean is essentially a judge, for example, could swear in Adelita Grijalva, right? Like anyone who has the power to administer an oath can do so. That's what it means. And well, we'll see which judge this case is assigned to. And the District of Columbia is not a huge fan in terms of the judges on the court of Mike Johnson or of Republicans. And I guarantee you, they're going to look at this, the judges on the court, and be like, what are you doing? Mike Johnson, why haven't you sworn her in yet? Your time is up. And so I wouldn't be surprised if in the next 3 to 4 days we have Adelita Grijalva sworn in as a member of Congress, because Mike Johnson, your time is up. Now let's talk about why Mike Johnson doesn't want to swear her in. And the simple answer is Jeffrey Epstein. Adelita Grijalva would be the 218th signature on the discharge petition to get the Epstein files. Now, Mike Johnson has been saying publicly for a long time, no, has nothing to do with Jeffrey Epstein. He then tries to talk about how this is pretty normal, that we're in pro forma session, we're not in regular session, and therefore he can't swear anyone in. But that own argument is contradicted by what happened earlier this year in April. If you recall, there were 2 special elections in Florida, one replacing Matt Gaetz, the other replacing Michael Walz, who is currently Donald Trump's UN ambassador. The Republicans that won those races, Jimmy Petronis in Florida's 1st and Randy Fine in Florida's 6th, they were sworn in during a pro forma session back in April. And well, so here's the situation. Mike Johnson is double turning himself. He claimed one thing back then and is claiming a completely different precedent now. And Chris Mays, the Attorney General, Adelita Grijalva, well, they're not having it anymore. It's been nearly a month. And what people don't understand is that this isn't just about the Epstein files. Because right now we are in day 21 of a government shutdown that really has no end in sight. And as we're in a government shutdown, the 800,000 people of Arizona's 7th congressional district do not have a voice in Congress. They don't have someone who could represent them. Because while, yes, Adelita Grijalva has the keys to the office for Arizona 7th, she does not have access to a budget. She doesn't even have access to the passwords to get her into the computers in that office. She cannot adequately represent her district because Speaker Johnson won't swear her in. And so the people of Arizona's 7th congressional district are literally missing a representative. And it's so important that we never stop talking about it. So I won't stop. Neither should you. Make sure to spread the word, like, comment, share, and subscribe. Spread this everywhere because people need to know what's happening right now. Mike Johnson, your time is up.